We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. No, my Christmas isn't filled with joy. Instead, it's filled with misery, frustration, and the constant hope that we'll actually win a game. So far, been disappointed. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 34 of the Sunderland Till I Die series here on Football Manager 2021. Of course, if you are enjoying this video or any videos of this series or any videos released on my channel, make sure you're hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, hitting that notification bell to be alerted when these videos are released. It really does help. It puts me higher in the very infamous YouTube algorithm, and it allows other people to come and see the content that you enjoy. And I, for one, really do appreciate all the support on every single video on this channel. I really do. Thank you so much. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's January, transfer window, just had Christmas, New Year, meant to be happy, meant to be all joyous and everything. No, I'm not. We're absolutely viewers. We're terrible. We're so bad, but somehow, I don't know what we're doing. We must be paying, like, the FA or the refs or something to be able to stay in the playoffs. Automatic promotion is out the window. Let's get that out there right now. It is gone. It's so far gone, it's about 20 miles away. But what we are hoping for is a third season in the playoffs and probably heartbreak. So we're quite lucky, really, that we may be screwing up quite a lot recently, but every other team around us is also screwing up just as much, if not that little bit more. So I'm not the only team in this playoff area on the league table to be messing this up. I'm not the only team bottling it, and one of them teams we are playing today. So basically, in today's episode, it's the Battle of the Bottles. Never before has there been a match like this in football in history, and it probably won't go down as, you know, some of the other famous footballing battles in history gone by. But today, it's the first of probably not many. The Battle of the Bottlers. Who's going to win it, Crewe or Sunderland? I honestly never thought when I started this series that I'd ever be wanting to be the best bottler going into a match, but, you know, times change. So, of course, since the last episode, which was the 1-0, a very surprising victory away from home against Doncaster, we have played 6 games, 5 of them being in the league, and one of them being the final game we will play in the Papa John's Trophy Northern section this year, as we did unfortunately go out away at Fleetwood on penalties. Heartbreak for the boys. Another game where we go out of a competition in penalties. We really need to train our penalties, otherwise we're just going to be like England, aren't we? Let's be honest. But in the league, it's just as disappointing. 1 win in 5 games. Said it early on the stream, somehow we are still in the playoffs, but if we continue this dreadful run of form that we have had since, October? Since late October, we are going to very quickly find ourselves out of them playoff spots and really fighting to save our job, but also save our season. And hopefully the home game against Crewe today can revive our season a little bit. I'm worried that our season is curtailing off a slight bit, which I'm not, as you can imagine, absolutely terrified and most definitely not a fan of. Thankfully, the board is still pretty happy with my performance. We are only at a C. I think we were at C+, either the last episode or the episode before. So the pressure is on. The pressure is on me. The pressure is on the club. The pressure is on the players. And we need to start performing. Otherwise, we're going to find ourselves having an unwanted board meeting very quickly. And as I've shown before, we are still in 3rd place. We are 8 points away from Bristol Rovers, who are in the automatic promotion spots. We do have a game in hand in the team below us in Coventry. Unfortunately, Oxford and Crewe do have a game in hand on us, where if they win their game, it gets very tight all of a sudden. More tight than it already is. Right now, only 4 points separate Cambridge and us. So this game against Crewe is absolutely massive. I realise Crewe is one of the teams that has a game in hand on us, so they could overtake us if they do beat us today. But fingers crossed. I'm not going to change anything. What was the saying that was like said a long time ago? Who said it? Where they were like, if you continue with the same thing, you're an idiot. I don't think it went like that, but basically, I'm going to stick with the same thing and hope it works. If it doesn't work, I'm going to blame everything but myself. So let's just get that out there. And I've just realised we are out of every single competition, domestic competition this year. So that will allow us to focus on just the league. I do think that a little bit of fatigue has set in the team a little bit. Obviously, I had a great start to the year, but being knocked out of every single trophy, I've realised the teams that we've been knocked out against is pretty embarrassing. The FA Cup against Accrington, Carabao Cup against Rochdale, and the Papa John's Trophy against Fleetwood Town. I'm pretty sure these teams are either below me in the league or in separate divisions below me. So it's a little bit embarrassing, but you know, if I put my hand, I'm putting my hand literally over the screen, like you can see it. But get your hands and just put it over the screen, like you can't see them competitions. Just look at the league, and it looks fantastic. And obviously, ignoring our previous results, actually looks like it's been a good season. It's not on paper, but it looks it. All right, it's all about the looks. It's all about how it looks, not necessarily how it's actually going. So, kick-starting the run of games that you did miss was that Papa John's Trophy Northern Section elimination away from home against Fleetwood. And as I said, we were knocked out due to penalties. And it's no surprise that this game did go to penalties, as throughout the entire 90 minutes, not really too much happened. And the stats do reflect that. Looking at expected goals, nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. There was no danger from either side, and as I said, it did go to penalties. Unfortunately, the 5 players that I did ask to take it, I genuinely thought would get us over the line, but unfortunately, Rossiter, Winchester and Dobson did miss their penalty kicks. We did actually take the advantage in the penalty shootout. They missed 2 very, very early on, and we were in the ascendancy. Unfortunately, Rossiter and Winchester missing their final 2 penalties, and Fleetwood are going over into the next round. I'm not too sure who Fleetwood are actually playing in the next round. Hopefully it's someone massive and they get knocked out. Manchester City under 23s. You'd expect that to be a pretty comfortable victory for Manchester City under 23s, but I'm pretty sure we played them either last year or the year before, and they weren't as good as we initially thought. And Sol Campbell's in charge of Fleetwood Town. I mean, that is very surprising. How long has he been in charge of Fleetwood Town for? Not too long. I mean, that is a very interesting appointment there by Fleetwood. Do you want to join me, Sol? No, you don't. No, Tottenham fans would hate that, so I'm not going to do it. I want to keep the big boys on side in the Prem. You know, we don't want to upset the big boys. We don't want to get battered when we go to the Premier League. But yeah, on the whole, pretty disappointing. I was expecting us to go through, especially on penalties. I thought we definitely had the superior quality from the penalty spot, but it wasn't to be. And the only benefit of that is that it does allow me to focus on the league. And we did manage to muster up a victory at home to Coventry. We sort of dusted off a little bit, got our morale up, and we were able to get a very important victory in the league at home against Coventry. Oh my God, I forgot how lucky we were in this game. Oh, Coventry are fuming. So yeah, what needs to be said about this game? We had 3 shots on target. We scored 2 goals. Coventry had 17 on target. And they were pretty much throughout the entire game dominating and in our half. But somehow we were able to see the game out. A really good performance from most of our side, to be fair, especially defensively. Olusunde, Wright, Hughes and 09, and Burge as well, having absolutely fantastic games. We did start McKenna in this game, and he got himself on the score sheet in the 41st minute. What a time to get a goal, by the way, before half-time. Really puts the ascendancy to me and the Sunderland boys. And Olusunde, our left back, he doesn't tend to get many goals, but he probably won't get many more that are as important as the one he got in this game. 56th minute, right after half time, putting us 2-0 up. And at that point, time wasted, play for set pieces. We're able to see the game out. Coventry were definitely very unlucky in this game. And unfortunately, our luck ran out pretty quickly. We didn't get a single win for 4 games. One thing that is really evident over the past month and a half, 2 months worth of games is that we really struggle to get many shots off in a game. I don't know if that is because of the tactic or if that's because of players just underperforming, because early on in the year, we were dominating games. We're getting plenty of shots, plenty of goals, but for whatever reason, it's just not happening at the moment. And in this game, at home against Bristol Rovers, that point came a lot more evident. And at this point, I started noticing it more and more, and I started to question whether or not the tactics were correct for the team. But in this game in general, we were just really, really poor. None of our team really performed. As you can see from the expected goals graph, I mean, it doesn't help that the colour of the graph of Bristol Rovers is black, so you can't really see. But Bristol Rovers were definitely the superior team. We did not create many things in this game, and that did result us losing 1-0. McGoldrick, the Sheffield United player, I feel like he's quite old now. When was he at Sheffield United? He literally just left Sheffield United. Got himself a goal just before half-time in the 37th minute to compound the misery on the Sunderland boys. We thought we were on a little bit of a roll with a win there against Coventry. Unfortunately, we weren't able to follow up against Bristol Rovers with another home game. We weren't able to get the victory. And then the next game was another loss, away from home this time, against Swindon. All the teams that we're losing against as well aren't particularly great teams. They're very mid-table or bottom half teams in League One. So it makes it that much more disappointing that we're not really doing anything. And in this game against Swindon, probably our poorest performance so far, we were absolutely dominated from start to finish. I mean, a 2-1 victory for Swindon. They're probably going to be pretty disappointed with that, considering how many shots they had, how many on target, and the expected goals. They definitely deserve to absolutely destroy us. And despite winning 2-1, they probably were quite disappointed with their strikers finishing on the whole. Cabral got himself a brace early on in the game and getting a second late on in the game, and we were able to make it a little less embarrassing with Calimundo with his first goal in a while in the 93rd minute, making it look a little, it's like glossing over a bit of dog poop. You know, they've got a dog poop in front of you, we're just glossing over it. That's what this game was. And 2 losses on the trot, and even with the next 2 games after this being against pretty poor sides, we got 2 draws, and honestly, viewers, I was just happy to stop losing. 2 points from 2 games. I'll take it as long as we keep just scraping points over this sort of weird rot we're in at the moment. And one of them draws was against a very poor Walsall side, who are currently lingering in 17th place. So we probably again were expected to win, but I was happy just to get a point out of it. And weirdly, viewers, despite the 1-1 draw, this game was probably one of our more better performances out of all the games that I've shown you so far in this episode. But we did initially go 1-0 down very early on, courtesy of Calamari, is that how you say it, in the 5th minute. And as daft as it sounds, where Walsall are, they're not, I don't think they're any danger of getting relegated, but they are in that danger zone. I'm surprised they didn't just shut up shop 5 minutes in. That sounds ridiculous, I realise, but that probably says a lot about me, because I would definitely do that. 2 minutes in, 1-0 up, don't care, shut up shop. Everyone behind the ball, Jose Mourinho style. But even 1-0 down, our performances were okay, and Calimundo, very late on in the game, in this next game as well, you're going to see that we scored late on as well. Calimundo saving our bacon, the 86th minute, getting himself on the score sheet to get us a 1-1 draw. And then the next game, another late goal. This time it wasn't Calimundo, it was Josh Harrop against Shrewsbury. This game's arguably a little bit more difficult than the Walsall game, where they did initially go 1-0 up once again very early on, courtesy of a penalty. And we were terrible in this game. I mean, how many times do I need to say it? We were terrible. But Josh Harrop got himself on the score sheet at the 75th minute to give us another very important point. And every point is just so important right now as we just try to maintain our... I mean, I don't know what we're trying to maintain. Our pride? I don't even think we have that anymore. Just to maintain our playoff spot. And this game against Crew, we lose this and other teams around us win. We've probably, I mean, we could drop down to 4th. Crew and Oxford win. We're probably in a bit of danger. We're in danger, basically. What's that? Ralph off The Simpsons. We are Ralph right now. Coventry, Crew and Oxford is Bart, Homer. No, Bart. I forgot the names of them. Oh, God. Dolph, Jimbo and Nelson. That's who Coventry, Crew and Oxford are right now. And we're Ralph. So, you know, it's an underdog story. And hopefully it works out well. Okay, so going into today's game against Crew, we do have one major issue and a few minor issues before we even submit our team. And the main issue being, of course, Josh Gowan is injured for today's game. But thankfully, we have a George Dobson to come in and replace him. How many games has George Dobson actually played? He has played quite a few games this year, 25 games. Was he injured? I feel like he's probably injured. No, I just wasn't playing him. Okay. And then we have a few minor injuries in Marin and Sam Hughes. I am going to bring on Jimmy Dunn, actually, and Sam Hughes. I feel like reforging the partnership of what worked last year is the way to go. So going into today's game, we are going to be switching things up a little bit. Yes, you've seen it. You thought I wasn't going to mention it. You thought it was going to slip under the radar. But we are going to go with a 4-2-3-1. Yes, Maverick of football. It's going to work. Can't wait for it. It's going to be, I mean, honestly, I am a footballing wizard. So the main reason behind doing this change was to just try and change something, just to try and avoid any more losses. Obviously, probably changing the tactics going into a game of this magnitude, the Battle of the Bottles probably isn't the best way to go about it. But we have to change something at some point, and that is going to be today. So we're going to go over the typical 4-2-3-1. It's worked for me in the past. It's worked for many people. Let's see if it works today. So, Lee Burge in goal. Luke O'Nien, Sam Hughes, Jimmy Dunn, Adrian and Marin as your back four. George Dobson, Jordan Rossiter, Josh Harrop, Batista Mier, Alex Pritchard and Calamundo as your first 11 going into today's game. And feel free to get some score predictions in the comment section below. Let me know what you think will happen. Do you think we'll win? Do you think we'll lose? Let's have a look as we do go into the game. Now, there is obviously a little bit of a worry that the players that we are playing in this formation don't know how to play it. But I feel like most of our team can play the positions that I've put them in. So hopefully it won't have too much of an impact. As we do once again quickly, as we always like to do quickly saw the individual team talks out. Go out there and play your natural game. No one cares. Brilliant. Here we go, viewers. 4-2-3-1. Will it work? We're about to find out. Now, the good thing is about playing this formation is that we can change it around pretty quickly due to the versatility of our team. And it looks like Crew are going to have the first chance of the game. Ronan, not from Marvel. It's an interesting shot. I don't know if it took a deflection, but Bird seems to have a lot of difficulty with saving that. And there's another chance in quick succession. Houghton, he's crossed the ball in. It is cleared away. Now, Harrop with the chance to break away here. Josh Harrop, is he going to play through Calimundo? He does. He looks offside. And how have we messed that up? Are we actually about to concede when we had literally a 2v1? It looks like we are. It's going to be a chance for us again. Calimundo, we're not much options there. Batista Mier does well with it, though. Lovely ball to Josh Harrop on the right-hand side. It's got to be a good ball, Josh. It's a lovely ball. Pritchard! Someone called me a footballing maverick. Someone called me a football rebel. You know what I am? A bloody footballing genius. Pep Guardiola. Buy my autobiography, mate. It's a lovely piece of play from the boys. That ball from Batista looked like it might get intercepted, but Harrop has got the pace to get there. It's a lovely ball in. No one picks up Pritchard. And he's going to slot that into the bottom corner, putting us 1-0 up in a game of very, very big importance. Now, if we can get a few goals here, get the morale up a little bit. Our first win in a while. Josh Harrop is causing all sorts of mischief on the right-hand side. It's a lovely ball in again. It's cleared away. We should get to that. We do. Sam Hughes, Batista Mier, Rossiter, Pritchard, Rossiter again. Oh, it's a poor ball. I mean, it's absolutely cannoned. Ping ball in the opposition area there. Rossiter, Dobson. It's good play from the boys. 09 on the right-hand side. All of our play seems to be coming from the right-hand side here. Dobson, Batista Mier, some very slow build-up. We're a fan. Rossiter, Pritchard, Harrop. He's got past his man. Can he finish it? Of course he does. An assist and a goal within 10 minutes of the game starting. It's absolutely, as the commentary say, scintillating stuff from the Sunderland boys. It's fantastic play. Pritchard, Harrop goes past his man with ease. Absolutely rockets that into the top corner, putting us 2-0 up within 10 minutes. I wasn't expecting this, if I'm honest. Wasn't expecting it at all. And with a win here, does actually knock Crewe out of the playoff spots. We'll have to keep an eye on Bristol Rovers as well to see how they get on. See if a loss there potentially gets us within touching distance of that automatic spot. Josh Harrop has been involved in absolutely everything so far, as he is going to make another run on the right-hand side. He's been absolutely fantastic today. Josh Harrop, ball onto Luke 09. It's a ball. Batista. It's deflected. Not deflected. It's blocked. Dobson. Hughes. Once again, controlled play. This is what we want. Jordan Rossiter. Pritchard. Left-hand side. Lovely ball to Marin. Can he get a good cross in? It's a good cross. Batista. Rossiter. Is he going to hit it? He doesn't. He waits. Marin. Calimundo. Can he get a shot off? We are bloody dominant, ladies and gentlemen. 23 minutes on the clock. Is it Sunderland or is it Prime Barcelona? I don't know. But it's beautiful play. Calimundo finds a lot of space and the goalkeeper's not going to have a chance. 3 shots, 3 highlights, 3 goals. You love to see it. 3 shots on target. I mean, they're going to be fuming. Can this be an absolute rout for the Sunderland boys? I feel like it potentially could be, as it looks like there's not going to be another chance, is there, before half-time? Is there another chance for us, maybe? I would quite like it if there was. Put us 4-0 up. As even with a 3-0 lead, I'm still a little bit nervous. I'm not going to lie. As we do go into half-time 3-0 up, I'm absolutely delighted. Absolutely bloody delighted. It's a fantastic performance from the boys. Now, I don't normally like praising players individually, as it can get them a little bit complacent. But considering how good they've been with sort of the poor run we've been on, I feel like raising the morale is a great way to potentially see this game out. As if the second half is just as exciting as the first half, we are in for a bloody treat. As unfortunately this half has been extremely boring so far. I mean, this will be very anticlimactic if we had a first half of glory and a second half of nothingness. Pritchard, ball in. Looks like it's going to be a highlight for your boys. Pritchard. Is he going to get past his pass? A lovely ball. Done. Oh my God. The goalkeeper's had an absolute nightmare. Normally it's my goalkeepers have an absolute nightmare. But I tell you what, Jimmy Dunn leapt like a bloody salmon above the opposition defence. And their goalkeeper had he had a tough time. It must be said. He had a pretty tough time. As we are going to do, I make subs now? Let's just risk it. It'll be fine. No injuries. As final few minutes on the clock. And that is a fantastic victory against Crewe at home. An absolute dominant performance. And you can't ask for much more than that from the team that you put out. We decided to change tactics. And it's come up Millhouse quite a lot there. 3-0 against a team that is very much around us. Puts a lot of confidence that perhaps going with a 4-2-3-1 and stopping the experiment of the Christmas tree might be the way forward. I do have a look at the games that we have got coming up, and they're pretty easy, it must be said. We do have a look at the games that we do have coming up. We've got quite a few home games, which is quite nice. Wimbledon, Wigan, Rotherham, Ipswich and Forest Green. 5 games there. They expect us to win, but the question of the hour is, what game are we going to come back to, ladies and gentlemen? And I think, oh God, it's got to be the Peterborough game. Of course it has. It's got to be the Peterborough game. First, potentially second or third. It's in just over a month, is it? Yeah, it's in just over a month. So we've got a lot of games to get through. No domestic trophies, just league glory. And that is going to bring us to the end of the episode. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell, so you're alerted when these videos are live. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. Have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.